Wow, we're getting some bad lag tonight.
No, we got enough more trash out here, huh?
I'll be back, guys. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Get the last few spots filled and then get pulling away.
I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Oh wait, this cup is still full. Okay.
Ray, are you back?
He's not in Discord with us.
Yeah. That guy joined up there was 640. No.
What?
Yeah. I didn't put a cap on it. Why would you sign up? Has only normal bosses killed and signs up for raid. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes people who don't know their own limits end up going farther than you think.
Well, that's there you go.
Phase here. See him?
Good.
He's not in Discord yet, though.
We'll be on. Couple more people. Boss at least that hard.
I'm back.
So we're trying to fill because we're having a pug because roster boss is real right now. So yeah. Here's what we'll do while we're waiting on the group to fill here. I want to take a look at this. So The Warcraft development team did a statement to WoW UI devs on the future add-on changes. So let's kind of read this over. I just want to read this and give thoughts on it. Following Blizzard's announcement and subsequent interview regarding their intent to restrict some add-on functionality, the World of Warcraft UI development team reached out to the WoW UI dev Discord with a statement of providing additional clarification on their timeline and the scope of these changes. Graded to be a summary of points with a full statement is shared by the WeakWars Twitter account quoted below. 1. No date for the changes, no target date for the changes, but there will be several months of advance notice before the time comes. They want to give add-on devs as much time as possible to test changes, report issues, and provide feedback. There's no intent to ban add-ons outright. They aim to minimize the impact on accessibility add-ons as much as possible. Functionality that is no longer possible after the changes should be incorporated into the base game. I'll touch on that point here in a little bit. There'll be a number of significant updates and additions to the UI, including a built-in damage meter, nameplate improvements, and a good portion of the most important combat information add-ons currently provide. Most of this functionality should ship at the same time as the add-on restrictions, if not sooner. Mythic grading has become increasingly reliant on add-ons, but these changes are not made specifically because of Race to World First guilds. Add-ons are currently being used to analyze and solve combat and coordination mechanics better and faster than an unassisted player, resulting in a major disadvantage and exclusion for players unwilling to install, set up, and maintain them. Blizzard's intent is to level the playing field and make the game more approachable for all players by reining in these capabilities when building up the baseline functionality of the default UI. There will be substantial changes to combat and encounter design to accompany these add-on changes. The goal is to make class mechanics more approachable and easier to understand without add-ons. Okay. They want WoW to remain challenging, but less about managing the subtleties of class mechanics and more about the communication with players and interacting with encounters. Okay, so let's kind of take a step-by-step on all of these bullet points for me. 1, no target date for the changes, but there'll be several months of advance notice before the time comes. That's why, I think the people freaking out about this stuff coming in midnight are just delusional. This, I don't think, is going to happen until well after the World Soul Saga is done. I think we're going to get through the last Titan before we start to see all of this come through, which means it's going to be another 3 to 4 years before the full goal of Blizzard is ultimately even experimented with. And I think if Blizzard was wise, they would implement their own versions of these add-ons for quite a while before they actually ban, for example, the damage meter that they're intending on putting in. We can test that for bugs and to see how well it works and how it can loop into things like Warcraft logs and stuff like that before they actually go out and ban details and SCADA and all those damage meter add-ons. We'll see if they take that approach. I don't know if they will, but I think the panic over add-ons being banned is it's going to take a long time. They want to give add-on devs as much time as possible to test changes, report issues, and provide feedback. I think it's smart to really target add-on authors, particularly the ones that are doing the stuff that they're intending to replace. So things like the cooldown manager, which is not good right now. They should really talk to the folks that make Class Aura week packages, folks like Luctos, Afinar, a bunch of others, Lucky One, all those, and go, okay, why did you choose to track this information? Is that considered essential, or is it considered super advanced technology, whatever the case may be? No intent to ban on add-ons outright. They've been saying that for a long time. Non-combat add-ons, things like map coordinates, TomTom, handy notes, rare scanner, things like that aren't going away anytime soon. Although I think they should do something about TSM. So they've been very adamant about that, and I think that's fine. They aim to minimize impact on accessibility add-ons. Okay, so I actually am in a Discord with some of the leadership of Undaunted, the famous hard of hearing deaf guild for World of Warcraft. And they have some major concerns about this plan, and the fact that seemingly that stuff has fallen on deaf ears is crazy to me. The fact that they haven't reached out to folks that are known to have accessibility issues, hard of hearing, deaf, things that for people that have physical disabilities where add-ons do a lot to help streamline their experience, things like that. The fact that they it doesn't feel like they've talked to those people yet, to me is like a big like gap in this whole process. All right, including built-in damage meter nameplate improvements and a good portion of the most important combat information add-ons currently provide. So built-in damage meter I don't think should be all that tough. It's just basically reading the combat log and displaying it in a bar format on your screen. Nameplates, they need to make significant changes to nameplates for that to really kind of compete with things like KUI nameplates, LVOS nameplates, Plater, and the stuff that you can do. Like, it's never going to be as customizable as like what Plater can allow, because there's just functionality that Plater does that they want to remove. But if they can get something that's like 80% as good as a nameplate add-on, I would call that a success. Just because, again, they don't want everything that the nameplates can do to be done. The other thing that I think they need to do is really focus on their party and raid frames. They're just very lackluster right now, in my opinion. Now I know some. Now I know some people that are very much able to I completely lost my thought. We're just going to move on. Most of this functionality should ship at the same time as the add-ons restrictions. I think that they should ship this sooner, if not sooner. It should be most of this functionality should ship ahead of the time as the add-on restrictions. Like, completely rethink this. Implement this stuff baseline. Give us like a full patch to test it and play with it and let people mess around with it and give their feedback and stuff like that. And do not remove the other stuff in the meantime. Once you get enough feedback that makes you feel like, okay, we're good, like the damage meter, we're good, okay, hey, as of patch 13.1.5, details, recount SCADA, those will no longer be accessible in game, or accessible from there. And same thing, like don't turn all these off at once, do it in waves. Like, as you get a functionality implemented and you get enough feedback that says that it's good or the community sentiment is positive, turn off that add-on and then do the next one and then do the next one and do the next one and do the next one. Like, that's the path that we should do. Mythic grading is becoming increasingly reliant on add-ons. Yes, as I'm waiting to start Mythic grade right now. Yes, Mythic grade is not, generally speaking, has become less about what skill set you have. Like, there are certain things that you have to do. Like, you have to push your buttons well, you have to be able to be mobile and stuff like that, and like know when to balance defensive usage and stuff like that. But in a way, the add-on race has made Mythic rating feel quite unapproachable. I've got a whole spiel on Mythic rating I'll probably do a video on over the next few days, about why I actually think that Mythic rating is unhealthy, in a very unhealthy state right now. But that's neither here nor there. All right. As a result, they kind of add on to this. Basically, it's basically like, hey, Kyle. Basically, what they're saying here with this is like, if you don't have the add-ons, you're significantly behind. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub, Kyle. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So the fact that they want to level the playing field, I think, is good. And this, to me, is like the most important part of this, like substantial changes to combat and encounter design. Like, one of the things that I kind of hate about Mythic rating right now is that everything is so complex. Like, and it's about managing like, Mythic rating isn't a, like, to me, Mythic rating should be much more about your ability to damage and heal check. And right now it's how well can you handle mechanic vomit, because every fight so far that I've experienced in Liberation of Undermine, and all the fights that I experienced in Erebor Palace, the ones in Emir Drasil, like all of those, even Aberys and Razagath, a lot of those fights weren't necessarily about a tight damage or healing check. It was about, can you handle the mechanic vomit that we throw at you? Because that's just how they feel like you create challenges, that you just make them deal with like 3 mechanics all at the same time. And I have a huge issue with that. So if the encounter design becomes a little bit more streamlined, where it becomes more about a decent damage check or a decent heal check, or you have like one fight that's a true mechanics check, I think that's better. Like one of the reasons why I love dungeon bosses so much is that a lot of them, there's like 2 mechanics that you deal with maybe at the same time, but a lot of it's just, can you do enough damage or can you do enough healing to get through it? And I think some of that thought process with dungeon bosses needs to be translated back into raid. Like there hasn't been a legitimate hard DPS check since Sledge Fist. That was 8 tiers ago. Like that's crazy to me. And I get it, like they don't want to make damage checks hard and stuff like that because there's concerns of like, oh, not everyone can clear a damage check. Some people just don't do enough damage. Well, that's where things like turbo boost, that's where extra item levels, raid reputation giving you a damage buff, or little things like increasing the effectiveness of your consumables and stuff like that come into play. Like my guild is killing bosses on heroic like a full minute and a half faster than what were at the beginning of the season when we first entered heroic. And I think that's okay. I think a healthy raid environment is that a damage check that is hard early should not continue to be hard the last week that you're raiding after you've gained, 20 item levels of gear. Like that's not a healthy encounter. Like, my guild sits currently, I don't know what our average eye level is. I'd have to go pull it. But like the average eye level, like I'm 679. A lot of my guild members are 675 plus.
That's me.
Is any word on your boy?
My guess is going to be about 30 minutes.
And so,
All right.
Apologies.
and so like they need to, make mechanics more approachable and easier to understand without add-ons, and then subtleties of class mechanics. I'm curious what they're going to do with class design. Like class design is something that they really need to think about before they make the decision to like ban add-ons, because there are some specs that are just
Somebody
like
might come along, but let's
ridiculously
Cauldrons or no?
yeah.
All right. Potion one down.
they're just like ridiculously hard.
Beast down.
Like I would argue that, like, for example, Arcane Mage, like you need a weak oil in order to figure out when to Arcane Barrage. Like to me that is just insanity. Like it should not be that way. And for the most part I think majority of classes are actually somewhat approachable. Like I've been playing a bunch of different specs and stuff like that, and like I've latched onto Paladin very quickly. Like Holy Paladin I'm still learning, just because it's a pretty different style from Mistweaver and Preservation Evoker, so I'm playing like very different styles of healers. But like jumping on Prop Paladin, it was actually really simple to pick up, and there are little things that you learn the longer that you play it, like how to use things like your lay on hands utility better, how to use spell warding and bot well, freedom well, things like that. And so what happens is that
For those who have not done this with us,
you can do like a baseline pretty easy. Like Ret Paladin was very simple to pick up.
And at the front of the boss, because the boss drops oil behind it.
But then you have specs like
2 different oil drums to the boss, or to the ads, and the carts basically. And basically you fill the tank with gas, with the oil, and then at that point in time you can drive the cart into the boss. If it hits any oil at all, it stops. Sometimes it destroys itself, but we have a very limited amount of time to get said carts into boss before he enrages. So that is the priority, is getting that stuff done. In intermission,
Hang on,
fight
gotta
the
do
boss,
this.
CCs, slows, anything you can on the ads to keep them from getting to the boss, especially the gigantic mender ads, because they bring his repair up very quickly. That's the basic pieces of this.
Can we get health stone, please?
You want to talk about where to take oil?
Oil to center of room. Yeah, where that marks at, the general area. And make sure you clean up, especially around the carts. If oil gets dropped by the carts or from the boss itself, so that we can get those carts into the boss. Works. You might want to repair. We need mage buff, please. And Vay, who's still not in Discord?
I'm gonna guess he's on the phone.
Two carts up by front that need oil. Three more carts on the side of the boss. Face change, hero. Slows, get those blue guys away. Knockbacks, whatever you have to do.
Come on, put. God damn it! Sticky targeting does not work the way that it's supposed to.
To the front of the boss. Get those carts to go through the front. Circle out.
Need to clear behind the boss.
See that? Yeah, I cleared oil on the side of the boss back there so we get those carts in. Got 3 carts on the side of the boss right now.
We need to clear out as much of this fire as we can, please.
You need folks up here. Okay,
Still got
okay.
two carts in the back. So I need. We're moving it back so I can get that other cart back there. Get that cart soaked up quickly. We're almost to max energy.
One that already has one on it. Just needs one more.
There's two that each have half. He's at 100. Hurry up. Yeah, it's gonna be what? Because didn't get that other card in. Good run though.
Do we need to kind of use comms to coordinate timing on? Like I had the fire and I cleared all around the thing, and then you know, a little bit later there's oil again, and so I don't know that anyone took advantage of the fact that it was cleared out at that moment.
Somebody ran back to the back of the thing and dropped oil right after you cleared it on the back of the vehicle instead of the center of the room. That's what happened there.
The other thing is that if we don't get the barrel soaks, it leaves oil on the ground. So if we miss one, it's going to leave oil on the ground.
Okay, so well the boss leaves oil behind him naturally anyway, right?
Yes.
And on the tank mechanic, yes. Oh, it's a good point.
Well, if you get fire, let me know and I'll roar, and that should give you a little bit more coverage.
We got a rope.
It's hard for me to spot when somebody else has got it.
Yeah, I just wondered if I know when I'm sitting, when I've got fuel and I'm looking at a bike and I'm thinking, okay, is this oil going to get cleared out? It would be good to know because I can't really see if someone is clearing with the fire, like if this is happening or not.
Summon something portal, please. Alyssa.
The other thing is that I saw someone have the fire circle and run around the oil. So just make sure if you're getting the little orange circle around you that you're running through the piles of oil, especially the ones near the boss. Because I did see someone go kind of in a very nice circle around it, but not through it.
Right. Fire is one of the most critical mechanics to take advantage of here, along with soaking to get the fuel.
We stand in the fire, right?
You stand in the oil. If you have the fire circles on you, going off on you, where it's blowing up, you run through the oil and it removes all the oil.
I was quoting a meme, but yeah.
Also stand in the fire, yes.
Well, it's only for Nixie, I thought.
I thought you were supposed to dance in the fire.
No, Nixie is more dots.
Alright. Let's wait for Dark Light, hopefully you get in Discord. Trip, let me know if you see him join.
Yeah, I'm watching logs.
Alright.
I think Knight said he was AFK for a sec.
Yeah, Knight said he needed a minute, so. Yeah. The next boss isn't terribly bad. Once everybody knows the dance, it's a lot better. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we get a mage table?
One more time.
burns off the oil. And then soap fuels the little cart.
Got 2 carts ready.
It's clean.
Need to fill in soak those. There we go.
There's one in the back that won't be able to get to the thing until we clear the oil behind the boss. There's one right up underneath the boss. There's 2 up by the boss in the front.
Get those behind the boss. Good.
Yeah, that we need to clear the oil. Yep.
Good job.
Needs 2 oils and the one behind the boss.
It's good. We got it.
All right, awesome. There we go, hero.
Still soak, still soak, still soak, still soak.
Slow those ads, keep them from getting to the boss. One of them made it to the boss. So we gotta do a better job of keeping us out away from the boss.
What do they do? Heal?
Yep. Almost instantly. We were at 54% last time. We only made it to 60% this time. Okay, get to the front of the boss so we get the carts in the front, not behind. We're probably got to turn around. Looks like they all went behind. Just get it cleaned up back there. We should be fine.
Get that oil to the middle.
Yeah, new oil unfortunately had fire and the oil.
Oh yeah, somebody said that last night or last time.
Still got one covered in oil behind the boss. We got 4 on this side of the boss. They're all clear, so just get the oil to them. Got 1 left, 2 left on this side of the boss in the front. Need 3 oil.
I think in the time that it took me to launch a bike from the back, the oil appeared behind it. It's almost never good to launch from behind, I think.
We need all these soaks. I can't get any more. I've got 2.
I got oil. I'm bringing it over to it. I can put them right on top of it, but gotta get these carts in.
That cooldown on that, where you can't soak, is so dang long. It's terrible.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that we are at the front of the after intermission in front of the boss, so that the carts go in the front, not behind. Because if we have to turn the boss around to get 4 carts, that's when we start running into problems. Because then we have some coming in front, some coming behind, and we can't get those to clear, right? So Yeah, I know. I noticed that. And then we got to do a better job of CCing those ads with the big blue ring. They empower the little ones, and we can't pull them into the boss because they'll empower all of them, and then it'll repair the boss extremely fast. So you guys have to CC those, lock them down, root them, whatever you have to do on the outside.
Yeah, entangling roots, hunter trap works.
Yeah.
I don't like stun, fear, whatever you need.
Mage buff, druid buff.
I'll get this one out here. I got it, Allie.
One cart behind and two in front. Need oil in all of them.
I'm gonna soak one of these because with my bubble, I don't know if it'll work. See. Yep.
Gosh.
It's about as good as you could have done that, Newell. Nice work.
One more cart. Hero, lock those ads down. They're spawning now. The ones with the big rings around them are the ones we gotta lock down. Want another one coming in? Thank you.
Positive. It's not a long-term solution, but it's some. It's coming.
Oh, good.
Much better.
Range over here.
Make sure everybody's to the front. Get those carts added up to the front. Oil out. Yeah, they're... Clean that oil behind them. We'll just keep going this way. We'll just have to clean the oil. Get those carts in the back really quickly. And then we'll clean the spot on the floor.
More just got added, so be careful with the cart.
Yeah, when we
let's
missed.
spin it for real quick. Let me know. I can do that. I'll put it right back again. G-Night.
I'm in one. We just
Yeah.
gotta clear it.
Got flame, clearing.
Res works.
Yeah. Got multiple carts here ready to go. Just get that
That
oil
one that
soaked.
has one, and use another one to go. There's two of them now back there that have one in.
75%. That's it. Clean right in front of the boss where we're at as soon as you guys can. Got two that need on the side of the boss that need to go. Three that need to go on that side of the boss. One more. We'll change it. Good, good, good. Battle RSK Lord.
Yeah.
Get that thing locked down. You guys gonna keep it locked down. I pulled it away. I 100% focus boss. That's fine. We get a cart clear, but the DPS on the boss is more important.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Second pot should be up.
That was fun.
I'm still soak these because they cause damage. That should be about to be back up. You took it when the first shield went. Oh. Nope.
Good to Colder.
I'll need assist so I can do groups now.
Someone left group we'll have to replace. If Shiduda's back. Yep, you have assist.
Would be. Let me go see.
Huh?
Be AFK here for this 1 second.
I lost two.
And that was off, nice.
You don't get anything from Vault for just killing one, do you?
No, it's 2.
No, it's 2. 2, 4, and 6.
Why would you leave? I don't know. Funny.
It could be a variety of things.
Yeah.
His
Maybe
wife could have been
it's small
standing
one.
over his shoulder with a meat cleaver. Who knows?
Maybe they just don't like to have fun. We like to have fun.
Yeah, we do like to have fun. That is true.
Fun? Never heard of her. What's her name?
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll look at us relisted.
He is still just a couple minutes away.
All right, sounds good. I'll go ahead and list. So let's just go ahead and do a break real quick.
Okay. I'll upgrade a few things then. And Shadut is now free. It should be open.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I should just suggest him when you get on. I'm gonna hit the rest of it.
There's dude.
Oh, you filled this up, Works?
Yeah. I just can't do this.
Oh, it automatically did.
Yeah.
brought Shadud over. Connor's getting a grab beat quick by deep downstairs, so he'll be a deer one.
Okay.
We're ready to pop.
Gotta relist this, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm watching my friend Kath do One Arm Bandit Mythic. Debating if I should play.
I'm standing already here.
Debating if I should play Scale Commander or not.
Shadud is here.
Awesome. All right. So, what are we short? 2 yet? Yeah. Got us listed out there. Hopefully, we grab somebody here quick.
Adjust my AC. Probably just take this hoodie off.
All right, just need one more. Message just about everybody I know. I even asked Worm. Worm's baby is grumpy tonight.
Yeah, he said he started crawling. So that's called the Wonder Week. When they go through big cognitive jumps, they're real difficult.
Yep. Well, he's been Houdiniing off the bed, I understand.
Yeah, he said. And then they're trying to get him to sleep in his own crib, too, not on the bed with them because of that.
Yeah. There's some sleepless nights there. You gotta remember, I had to put my kid in the bed. Actually, ours was in the crib from the beginning. But
yeah, ours were, too. But
you know, sometimes you just gotta let them cry.
Yep. It's hard, too.
Yeah. have one more. Hopefully somebody else will sign up. Okay, I'll go through this real quick on here. Oh, somebody's joining in Discord. That's awesome. All right. I'll wait till they get. As soon as they get joined in here, we'll get rolling. All right. On this one here, we have the 4 healers. I'm expecting everybody to be on top of their healing and staying alive on this. This is a healing intensive fight, as well as the mechanics of the fight. So since all the healers are guild, and I know you're listening to me right now, just you guys have to be on top of your game for this fight. Nowhere to hide. We're not going to run 6 healers. All right. So on Florendo, on the Florendo side, we're going to pull the boss over here by Condom at the very beginning. We are going to drop the bomb, or everybody's going to stack up on top of the tank, which will be me at the beginning. And we want to have the bomb dropped off somewhere by the Condom marker, and then the beam is just off to the right just a little bit, and so it shoots through this fence. You can go behind the boss. The big thing is we can't go anywhere towards the gorilla side because it will kill people. It's 3 beams that come out on this one. It's fairly wide. That means every single time that the bomb comes out on this side, unless we call it out otherwise, the tanks call it out otherwise, the beam always goes to the right side of the bomb. And you can see if it's not going to work out, you can go to the back fence or behind the boss, and that's fine. Then we spread out for circles after the bomb goes off. And after the bomb goes off, we spread out for circles, but stay in a close knit group, kind of like bowling pins. Don't go behind him. Don't go out too far, because as soon as the circles wear off, it is going to drop a bomb on somebody in that general area. We want to try to keep it as close to the lava as we can, because floor management space becomes an issue. Also, during the soak of the bomb, that is a great time for somebody to run out real quick, kick a toy to the center of the room on the Florendo side, or kick all 3 of them to the center, and then they can manage on the other side. Shidut's really good at calling it out, but Florendo side, if we kick them out, if they all happen to be in range, we can kick them all out quickly while other people are soaking the bomb. That works out really, really well. On the other side, the big thing is trying to get next to the fence if you have an ad pointing to you so that it drops off next to the fence, not in the center of the room. Again, floor management on this boss is huge. So having that arrow point to you and getting pulled over to the side of the room is
Joins.
Definitely makes a difference.
2 seconds in.
Difference later out of the fight.
Realist, huh? Thank you.
Yeah, that guy was already saved, huh? Still can't figure that out. All right, but ready check. We'll do some pulls with what we have. This is the enrage timer on this boss is really, really liberal. the real enrage timer is the running out of floor space. So it's really just staying alive.
Which groups are on what side?
So the odd groups are on the left side with the moon at Condom, start at Condom, and the evens will be at Skull on the back side of the room there. Yeah, it's going to take a couple of pulls for people to see this fight. It's very similar to the heroic one. There's just a couple extra mechanics in there. Once you get that part figured out, this boss is not really all that difficult.
Oh, and the fire beam is in 3, not in 1.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I? Yeah. All right, here we go. Should you Mr. Greg to me?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks for the alert, Kath.
There's our bomb. We're on the left side. Beams to the right side. Beams to the right side. Everybody get to the other side. They put it on the wrong side. Not listening. Try to get over to this side, over here, if you can.
It's way in the wrong
One toy
spot,
hit.
so-
Yeah. And then everybody go to that side over there. All right, everybody on the other side quickly with your rings. We don't have a bomb on that other side.
We need to
Try to get
get
close to
those,
the lava.
Toys out too. They're about to go off. Aren't they?
Yep, get the toys, yep.
The toy hit.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go get it with a beam. I guess. That toy needs to get with the other one. Take off.
Yeah, it went off.
Those clash toys.
Got Mithras reps on the mage. Only one more upgrade possible now since you'll never kill Mythic. Oh, yeah.
That was
I get it.
Toys not meeting or Toys meeting?
Toys not
Not
meeting.
me.
They're supposed to meet
runes? We have a
before the
res out.
clash.
I stood and stuff and still didn't die. That was amazing.
Don't release.
You guys got to see that there. So it's the dance is real important on the bomb. The beam's got to be out to the right. We're trying to get knocked to the left. We are progressing left with the bomb all the time. We're gonna keep moving from Condom like a typewriter across the room till we get to Moon. So,
What's a typewriter?
You know, you
I
say
don't know
that,
if
but I
it's
know
being
how old you
facetious,
are.
But I pray that was. Fairly recently, I had to explain to my child what a film camera was because they didn't understand
Lockhart, please, Alyssa.
film.
yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'm here. Good.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Don't go out too far. We don't want to bomb way the heck out there.
One toy clashed. Another toy clashed.
Oh, that's
Got one in the.
fun.
Oh, good.
That one's gonna be rough.
Oh, hopefully the laser didn't hit the other group. Okay. I didn't have bubble up, so I was trying every other defensive I had.
Popping our mastery here.
Taking the gorilla right to skull again.
One toy.
There's one on the box. I can get it to send it toward the middle. There's one by the back of the box. Get it for them. Yeah, they're.
Another toy clashed.
Yup. That's the whole fight right there. We're gonna take it towards X. Zilla, can you stand?
Get there as fast as you can.
Cracked it and sat in the middle of it all.
Ever stack up on Moon?
Let's get Veor works up. That's
Yeah, we'll
two
knock
toys.
ourselves to the back of the bomb, to the back of the bomb, to the back of the bomb, or you will die.
Alright, toys are done. Again, let's get Vera works up. Toys are done.
Just
Well, one more set of bombs, and then full energy.
That's gonna be fun.
you're gonna have to play that one pretty weird. We'll go to purple for us this time.
Too fast to blind us.
Get Oak up.
got halfway down.
Over on me when it comes up. You gotta take yours over there by purple. Best you can. We're gonna get knocked towards the fence. Never mind. We gotta go the other side.
If you're available, Kyle, I'd be happy to. You can wait for Sam.
We gotta work our way this way. We cannot keep going that way. We're gonna combine the bosses. Beam anywhere but on the right side of this bomb. Just keep going way out.
Lorendos are in the lava. The toys. Gotta kick him in.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, we have mage, but
I think I got them all.
Nope, we have one left.
Yeah. It's a light band. Good pull.
Don't release. We have a res.
do you have a second mage? No, we don't.
Get a soulstone on drip as well.
I have a friend who can count for the 20th spot if you don't mind.
That's fine. Get a closet. Alright, so we got to do the only thing that critique that I can say on the Fernando side, the dinosaur side, we need to do a better job of the bomb placement. The circles are going out too far. We need to stay closer to the lava because we're taking up a lot of floor space. And you have to kind of picture in your mind a little bit where to be. Yes, we are putting the
Really
beams
appreciate it.
right
Don't worry,
every
Sam will
time.
carry you, but he probably didn't see
It's
it.
not advantageous. I called a couple times to go to the left side of the bomb, but people still went to the right with the beam, which makes it so that we can't present ourselves in a spot that would take up more floor space or use more floor space, and we're kind of working against ourselves a little bit. So just listen for those call outs on that. At least with my group, I think Warax is calling on the other side. So
Oh boy.
all right, here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Stack on moon tight. Stay close to the lava as much as you can. Don't spread that far out. You can overlap a little bit. Not towards the other group. You're shooting towards the other group.
Yes, I'm aware.
Wipe it. You just killed half the group over there.
That was blinktastic.
It was. I totally got lost in where I blinked. I was trying to blink somewhere in paper.
Just wipe it up quick, guys.
Look, what I told you to go die, I didn't mean take us with you.
No. No.
Also, when you told us all to gather up, we got stacked in such a way that we weren't able to get up with the lava. That's why me and left
Yeah,
side,
no.
I think.
At least we have soul stones and reses up.
Yeah, that beam takes up a lot of floor. I was looking at it over there. I was like, man, that's going to wipe out a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I feel bad for that one. I usually am able to blink just fine, but I was like looking the wrong direction when I did it. So I blinked and I was like, where the fuck am I? I'm so lost.
BFE, that's where you are.
There should be a class that just has all kinds of random spells that are disorienting. They should do a lot of damage, but they should be really difficult to play.
Yeah.
It's called Mage.
Yeah. Everybody thank Vay. Thanks, Vay.
For buffing us and being here and doing your best. I appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Hey, Jenny, do you remember in our old guild where when somebody would wipe the raid, they'd have to sing?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like,
You don't,
like
you don't
we
want
need
me
to do
sing.
that.
You really don't.
I mean, I feel like I do though.
I mean, I'll bust out the voice play and do it.
Oh, I've been in Vay's raids before where they were singing. Alright, everybody stack up on mid. Tight.
I was gonna come close this time.
Alright, calm down, Tuco.
There we go.
Well, you want to get that first one? Oh, you got it.
You don't have to go
That's
too
one
far out.
one toy.
Stay somewhat close. Perfect. Awesome placement there.
Oh shit, sorry. That's more the group than I thought.
Okay.
I'm over there.
Keep going all the way to the fence. Great placement, guys. That was a great run right there.
Yeah, we had one that got out there on the even side, but that one was kind of just unfortunate spawn point on the bad.
You'll be able to go just to the side of X and just keep going where we were. We'll take the boss back to Skull, so we've got plenty of room to work.
Sorry, I'm not trying to move that toy.
Yeah. Small movements. Stay alive, Bay.
I'm trying.
won't be able to get here in Hope Soak, sorry.
Alright, stack right up on moon. Let's get this area used up right here. Beam to the left of the bomb. Beam to the left of the bomb. Left of the bomb. Move.
Awesome.
You guys can res him. Okay, beam to the right of the bomb, just like always. Perfect.
Ooh, fuck. Fuck. I need to fucking macro tempered potion into...
We're going to Purple Diamond. Get Candace up.
Done.
Boys are done, so we're good there. That was great beam placement too. Nice job.
Alright, take yours back to Skull. We're gonna go up to the fence. We'll do tight in the fence area. And this should be it right here. Yeah, we're going right up to the fence area for us. You guys are going to Skull.
Go other way.
Skull. Everybody stack on me. Oh. It's alright, we'll drop it.
Oh boy, we're gonna move it quick.
Yeah, we got double. That's fine.
Yep.
Stack if you can.
Push damage. Pots are up. Get them going. All personals on the next.
Stack on me if you can.
Next mechanic that your side gets, use personals.
Bombs in the back. We gotta go back to it. Beam away
Run
from
yourself
the
to
bomb,
safe
beam away
side.
from the bomb.
Yeah, I'm. That one I was just trying to like not run over everybody.
You're gonna be shifting back to dinosaur now.
Yep, everyone to Florendo.
I just died. It's gonna be all on you guys.
Just point the beam in any direction. Just get out of there.
Come on, even.
Oh, nobody soaked the bomb. 8%. Oh, yeah. You guys went the wrong direction on the gorilla. Otherwise, we had it. Yeah, we got the overlap on our side real bad. Blue circles, bomb soak, and the beam all in one shot.
The problem is, like, for me, I like everything's like a channel.
Great pull.
And so, like, I'm struggling to figure out, like, what the timing is.
Yeah, we'll get it this time.
So when we, on the monkey side, if we're being chased by an ad, we walk to the fence. I've never quite understood this mechanic. This time it got me into trouble. But we walk to the fence, and what does that do?
So the ad, you want the ad to get as close to the fence as possible to drop the disrupted puddle on the ground.
Okay, so we're kiting it toward the fence, but like I was at the fence, and that was just a bad place to be. I got silenced and stunned. And...
Yeah, you have to just anywhere along the fence line is fine. You don't have to get directly underneath the boss. You can be off to the side. You might lose a little DPS while you're moving for it, but the idea is we don't want the shit dropped in the center of the room because we need floor space.
That usually when you're asked to do that.
People
Yeah, I
can
mean,
move around.
between that and doing calls and stuff like that, like I'm always gonna suck on damage. Like the fact that I did
I'm gripping them
that much
I
is
see 'em, I grip
surprising.
'em over to the fence and drop them right off on my feet. So I'm trying to help out as much as I can with it.
I'm gonna try this.
Also, they can't go really far. So if you're out in the middle of the room, the closest fence may not be the best. You may just have to find the closest fence because
I'm gonna switch this back and just see, like, it's a much more straightforward,
Exactly. Yeah, you need to be standing somewhat quasi close.
much
to
more
the fence
straightforward
to begin with,
build.
and not out in the center of the room.
So hopefully that'll make things
Obviously, there
a
are
little
some
bit better
exceptions
for
to
me.
that, but we're doing great. We had a mix up there with the tanks on the call out, and that was what caused us that one. But we got it this time. Just make sure you guys are.
I got 3 of these. I might as well use them.
We stay alive on this. We should have it. So great pulls. All right, here we go. Hey, stack up on me on the moon. Well, back here on condom. Everybody stand on condom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody on condom. Everybody on condom. I wanted to drop the bomb right on condom. Perfect. Get close to the lava here. Try to get close to the lava. Oh, I got another toy to kick.
We're good.
You guys all have plenty of room for you guys on this match?
Same. Yeah, we got everything basically right
Should
near
we get
skull.
Alec up?
No.
Save it for now.
Gonna go next to blue. Right where he's at right now.
Am I able to swing into that thing and knock it towards us? There you go. Perfect. I'll get the next batch of them. Perfect.
That one that's in the stuff back there, knock it right away so it doesn't. Sandy's dead again. You can get her rose.
Half the raid's dead.
Yeah, wipe it. Reset.
So, gotta raise it up.
Yeah, it's personal responsibility. You gotta be, can't be dying to these mechanics. We've seen it too many times. For my raid group, anyway.
Don't release.
Right. So, while we're getting this one set up here, check it. If anybody,
Stones left, or did you already kick out?
what's that?
I was asking for more health stones. She's an odd group, so it's racer by me.
Awesome. Yeah, if anybody wants to, or is interested in to keep running with us, we have several slots that are open. It's summer, so we're short a lot of people, and so you guys can always request BattleNet on me or on Warax, either one of us, to raid lead to this group. All right, here we go. Yeah, we don't bite.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody on condom. Back up on condom. Let's get the bomb on condom. Try to get him to turn. Yeah, that's a lot better. Perfect.
Let's get under up.
I onked right into a AoE or something. I don't know.
I saw that.
I'll remember
It's
that
like
skull.
a big blast or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the bomb went off.
That was me. My slappy hands.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to get to it before it went off.
Yeah, that was bad.
Right under your feet.
Stack up on moon when it comes up. Stack up on moon. Everybody on moon.
Other material groups you guys. I don't hate you, Kyle. I would rather have you in here, honestly.
Perfect.
Trying to get them together. Someone hit that. Quick, hit the floor and no one.
Yeah, moving him. Moving him.
They
Trying to.
hit. They hit. I hit.
Alright. Get that beam out. Beam out. Good job. You guys still have work at moon. We're going to be at purple diamond. Right here is perfect. We'll just keep it right here.
Second portion is up.
Soon.
Take Dino to the back wall, Monkey to the front entrance.
Yep. Works for me. Do not take that yet, Cock.
Okay.
Oh, you'll probably get bottle up. My bottle doing better. Stack on moon, stack on moon, stack on moon, stack on moon. Everybody on moon quickly. We're getting both mechanics. Yeah, get Monkey further up into that area up there.
Okay, it's gonna be on me, which is up against
That's
the
fine,
fence.
that's fine. Just get beam away, anywhere away. Just everybody at the back of the bomb, very back of the bomb.
Personals, personals, personals.
Okay, back out. We'll just gotta keep moving over this way. Yep.
You're right, but where Sam is.
That's perfect. Just beam right there. Just leave it right there. Don't come through us. Kill him. Not the cleanest kill, but I'll take it.
You can't say that until he's done, dude.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Again, for those that are just joining us, since you were here on the kill, you have free options on all the loot. So if you need it, roll need.
And again, Warax or Sam Deathfoot, either one of us, if you're interested in running with us in future. We run Tuesdays and Thursdays, although Thursday we're going to be doing the last 4 bosses on Heroic, an AOTC basically for people. But if you're interested in running with us, just send us a Battle.net invite, and we'd love to have you along. So.
And you folks, nice work.
Whoopsie beat me. That's fine, dude.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
What I get? What I asked for?
A heroic level.
Oh yeah, be a warband offhand. What I got?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Be
should
good
give
for
to
your
you.
druid.
I know, but I think she has a good staff.
Probably gonna do a key or two.
Shit, we're
Since
down.
I don't know if anyone's gonna be around, but if not, I'll pug it. I'm working on the triple threat thing, so I need to
And again, thanks to our visitors
get
for
10
figuring that
keys
out.
healed. So that'll be what I do on Prez because I want to try it. Yeah, there's no tanks around, so
Florendo's pilot light, is that not good for anyone?
definitely not for me. It's like a D tier trinket for me.
You'll take it and you'll like it.
Yeah, Worm has this philosophy about gear and trinkets that is just like, try it out. No, I think everyone sims this and realizes they'd be better off with some champion track thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, as DPS, the only trinket that would be an upgrade is Mythic Mugsy trinket. Because, like, the other two that I have are, like, 2 and 3 on the tier list.
I'm sure we'll have that by next week.
Sure.
Reaver on Thursday?
Yeah, so no, Thursday we'll be doing the last 4 heroic.
Yeah, last 4 heroic. And if we happen to have 20 people that are interested, we can go get a few pulls on it, but...
Okay, but I should probably feel free to pug on that.
On what? Rick Reeve on Mythic?
Yeah, Rick Reaver.
You can't because you're locked. Yeah, you're locked this week.
You're locked. You can build your own group for it.
Oh, that's right. There's got to be this.
Mythic,
this
you're locked. And we're going to have, unless we have a steady group, we are going to have a very difficult time going to Rick Reeve and doing that one at this point in time.
Like ever? I mean, is this going to be the plan every week? Is that we do these 2 bosses and then do heroic?
Well, if Sam's communications with these other guilds that he's having, where they have
something pans out.
Yeah, if something pans out with that. Yeah, because from what's basically happening is these guilds that have AOTC but have like not enough people that are interested in Mythic that want to try it, but have some members that are interested. So work that out to where they can come get the Mythic experience. Or I know there's another group where they wanted to do Mythic, but their leaders wanted to kind of know what they were getting into, so they went into Mythic with another guild to fill out their roster, and then eventually built their own. So that's kind of what we're hoping for here until we can get some consistency, because like Led and Harley, they have cheerleading for their daughter, I think, on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. Worm's obviously got his kiddo that's doing nightmare stuff. Farm is due back soonish, but we've got to get him geared up. So we've just had some folks that have some inconsistencies and have to step away, and with recruiting being so dead, this is kind of the path that we have to take for now until we can either get those folks back into the mix or recruiting picks up, which usually won't happen until 11.2 is announced.
Yeah.
Also, it's in the, I think, WoW Events channel, but I'm looking to, instead of doing normal with Dark's team, I'm looking to put together a heroic clear, just go as far as we can in 2 hours. Led and I are going to tank it as far as I know right now. I have to double check with him. So I just need some healers and DPS. If you're interested, just go react to the post and WoW events.
I don't have an alt high enough to heal it, so I'll just bring the main.
Yeah, ideally 650, but you know,
680 good enough?
680.
you know, I'll have to think about that one.
No, I mean it's still, you know, it's still
88 on
worthwhile.
Vexy, dude. I'm not surprised that you get that high. Like you crush it, dude.
I'll be loot locked on 4 bosses, but
Yeah, you might cause them to get a little less loot, but that's the only. It only happens if he happens to roll on you. Gear hit.
well, I mean maybe I can get the shaman to 650 by Saturday. I think shaman's 643.
Yeah.
I really tried. I run one normal with some old buddies each week, and that's it. I don't touch it outside of that.
Yeah, and you got the visions. It's giving warband gear, and
Well, the other thing is like 650 is kind of like an ideal number to shoot for, but like I know the skill of the people that we have in here. Like Drip, I'm not worried if you're like 645 and coming into heroic. Like you're good enough of a player that 5 item levels is not going to make so much of a difference. Like that's the type of stuff that I'm thinking about. Like the number is just kind of like I don't want people trying to bring in their 637 alts. I don't want that. Like I'm not bringing in like my fucking hunter who's only like 641. Like that's not gonna happen. But like I don't make it like a firm rule with my raids. I never have. In fact, I'm still planning on doing the absolute rat raid at the end of the season as normal, because that is just a fun time. But it's more like a guideline than an actual rule. Can you bring your biggest strat? You probably out DPS me.
Yeah, I just counted, and I've got 9 characters above 650. The way, like when they added the heroic best in slot trinket option, it's so easy to get champion gear, and it's like within a week or two, I need my characters to be in heroic, or there's just nothing for them.
Yeah, but I mean only if you play, right? Like I only play my main because
not raids.
Play one tune.
Yeah.
Back
But if you
dungeons.
did want to have like one alt for heroic, I mean,
So 11 characters at 650, 106, 614. Let me pull my
but
Raider
you have
IO.
to- yeah, it's delves and yeah, running through. Yeah, I guess what you've been doing is running your main through normal, which is really helpful for everyone else gearing up.
I mean, drip in a delve is like a sight, is like a blue moon, dude.
Yeah, I can't. I ran so many delves last season. I can't.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters
640, and we'll throw all
at
these souls that
650.
get out of the vault. 640.
Because I'm like thinking about being like a caster specialist for next tier, but still keeping like one character that I can tank on. Right now that's Paladin because it's the one I'm having the most fun on.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. How much I pull out of normal tomorrow night.
The one thing I don't like about the
Bada Beta is very interested in running with us, and
fantastic.
wants to run keys with us tomorrow night, and wants to join us on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, he had you on BNet.
Yeah, I got him on BNet.
Yeah, they did pretty well.
I talked to the I reached out to the balance druid and Nymph recommended that I do that, so shout outs for that because I wasn't paying attention to the meters all that much. I reached out to the balance druid and said, hey, you know, you did awesome and love to have you around if you're around, and we'll see what he says.
Huh? That's cool.
Yeah, blue purse.
Somebody hit me up in Discord as well. Oh, that's Bada.
Alright, healer. Dark Flame. So basically I don't need Floodgate, Priory, and Rookery, so I need all the rest. Okay.
Yep, so that'll work.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Fled around.
Couple good pick. You know, and that's how we've gotten people in the past. I mean, I've never had to pug that many. It fucking kills a night, but that's how we got Azula.
Me and Worm and Rystraza.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So that's how we've done it in the past, and it works. So it's just unfortunate. There was 2 raid teams that were looking for Mythic groups tonight. There was a couple other ones that were doing paid carries in Mythic, but there was the other team was Buenos Noches.
Wow.
Yeah, they were looking for people for their Mythic group. We had an same number of people in there.
Give me a little bit more advance notice, Sam, next time, and I can ping the Visitors Discord too, because there's a lot of people that are like, they're like, hey, we hit our goal for the season, or like, there's a bunch of people that are like CE that are like, hey, our guild's done because we got CE, but I'd still like to get in and get a few bosses for vault slots and stuff, so I can probably snatch some of those folks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously next Tuesday,
Not going to be like a recruiting opportunity, most likely, because they're CE, but at the very least, it's a body, and who knows, maybe they can give us some insight that we don't have.
Yeah, we didn't have Jor tonight, so that was one. I mean, we pugged 7. It was 8, but then Shidu came along, so it was 7, right? Let me look at the thing. Am I right on my math there? I thought it was 7.
I think it was total 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that, I'm talking to XD is the best looking one right now. The other one is, they kind of talked to me and then they've kind of ghosted me. So I'm kind of hoping that they come back, and I've reached out to other ones. They've just not, just some people just don't respond. But I am working it. I've probably sent out to between 5 and 7 guilds. So I'm hoping to get 5 to, and if we have a consistent 10 from our group, a consistent 10 from their group, and then we fill in with our players that are available. But it's just how it's going to have to be. It's going to be the same way that I've done it in the past, where I negotiate with them up front, and they say that they need, they say they need 5 slots or 7 slots. Those are their 7 slots. They're guaranteed those 7 slots every week, and then if they're not there, then we'll fill from ours. So, and that's what we did with Felix. It worked out really good. That's the same deal that I made with Drip's Guild back in the day. It lasted 3 weeks and they quit, but that's the same deal that was out there for them. But I think they had 4 to 5 slots.
They are. I don't think they knew how to handle being guests in somebody else's raid. They never really have been in the past, and
it's understandable. But
I mean, we thought it was going to be a team up, but I mean, when you're bringing 5 or 6 people into a raid of 20 to 25 people, you can't be throwing your weight around your guests.
Correct. And that was on Heroic, and I think you're right. I think we were running at 25 to 27 people at that point in time, and they didn't have enough people to run a group. But what ended up happening on that one, just to be 100% transparent, is they decided to do normal achievement runs during raid. So, we had people, we were short healers, we were short people because I think we were short a tank. I think it was healers and a tank because of that. And it just got to be the point of, like, after 3 weeks, it's like, this is not.
Choke slam that goblin. Okay.
And so
I think they also want to
gets a board after playing it. Yeah, Hunter's one of the specs like.
Power was that season?
Yeah. That was in Shadowland, right?
Yeah, and I think it was the stupid gear socket things or whatever, and it took forever for everybody to get them. Like, we would have been farming normal for 8 weeks if we
exactly
to gear everybody out.
So it just hurt. That one hurt. But the Felix, we did that for years, and then they decided that they wanted to do Mythic instead on theirs. They wanted to do it on their own, and then at that point in time, we lost most of those members, with the exception of Quick and Alyssa, and then Knight.
I keep throwing Knight a guild invite every raid night.
Yeah,
I threw him 2 tonight. I threw him one, and then I waited about 10 minutes, and I threw him another one, and I didn't get a rise out of him, so I just stopped.
God, we would have killed that boss. That overlapping thing was just horrible. There was nowhere to stand.
I don't even like. The thing is, like, I don't really blame anyone for that though, because like, you said it, and I was like scrambling, looking around, trying to find what. Yeah, and by the time Knight and I both were like, oh, it's that way, and he and I both went the same way, pinging the same place, and it was just like, oops.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, like I said, I'm trying my best. I'm messaging. People that are doing Mythic aren't going to do it. A lot of Mythic groups have already stopped. They did as far as they could go, and that's it. I mean, I'd still like to get 4 down this year, and you know, maybe we make enough friends with the pugging. I mean, we got 1, possibly 2 tonight, so.
Yeah, that one that I had recommended, I barely had to heal, and it was
Which
always...
for a Moonkin's impressive.
Yeah.
No offense, Oak.
No, it's not. It's complicated rotation, and sometimes like you do miss one into it going to the wrong eclipse, and 10 seconds worth of DPS is just crap. So I respect the fact that I was looking over his logs. I actually copied his spec, and then I was looking over his logs trying to see what I could learn from that guy. And what I learned is the guy's freaking superhuman. He never misses the right spec or the right damn eclipse ever.
Yep.
It's nice to see. I actually went feral for the last call when we got it down.
My DPS on Cauldron is horrible. That's because I'm calling out and I'm setting up everything, and it's abysmal.
Hey, good job with the pugs. Almost every single one of them was, average or better than average. And I think with the exception of the rogue, most of them did a pretty decent job of staying alive too.
Yeah, I think mythic rating has become a pug thing for people. Like I realized, when I was thinking about which characters I needed to do things for Vault last night, that we didn't do any mythic rating on this one. So I went in, and in a pug we cleared these 2 bosses without any trouble. Like,
there gets to be a point in the season where the first 2 are always puggable. Like, that's been the case going back to, at Vault of the Incarnates, where people were doing Aeronog and Primal Council, like, consistently every week. So, like, last season was an anomaly, actually, with 4 bosses being puggable.
This season will get that way too. Well, maybe.
it seems like compared to coordination is great, but I think the real benefit of having good raid leaders is that it allows the raid team to not think that much and just take a lot of instructions. But in pugs, if everyone's read strategies and everyone's as familiar with the mechanics as the average raid leader, then shit happens.
Oh, trust me, my job would be infinitely easier if everyone if I didn't have to be like a human bigwigs. Like, if I only basically was like, all right, here's where we're positioning for this pull, like, that would make my life so much easier. But I've tried that, and the vibe that I get is that that's not what people are looking for.
I sit there, I'm calling, I'm looking at everything. I spend my time looking at everything, like on that fight. So my DPS is way down because I'm fully focused on, all the mechanics and doing what I have to do, pulling in mobs and other things, and then you have. And then I still find myself, and I do this all the time. I see somebody do something, and my mouth just drops open, and I just stare at the screen, thinking, "What literal fuck are you doing? I'm very good about not saying it, but I just sit there and stare at it going, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the mechanic they didn't hear about yet, or something.
Yeah, well, that's there was one on the first Vexy boss that somebody took off running with the fire to kill the oil to the other side of the room, and I think it was on our kill. I have to go back. I didn't record tonight. Somebody took off with the oil, with the thing that blows up, and they just ran out of group and they were running to the other side of the room, and I'm like,
how often does someone get targeted with that ability? Because I mean, it's incredibly effective. Like, you get it and you do a little circle around the boss, and the entire area is clear. If that's happening every so often, if it's not that rare,
it's like once a minute or a minute and a half, something like that. It's not enough to be, consistent. And it's annoying because like one time I got the big brown, the big circle. So I'm trying to run the oil as far out as I can. So I hit sprint. I got way the hell out of there, and then bam, I get the fire.
92 on Cauldron. Dude.
And I cleared out all.
If you get below like 85, Kyle, I'm gonna be surprised as fuck. Like, I'm gonna be honest about that.
So it's just a pain. They're trying to make you miserable. No question about it.
okay. But if it is rare, then someone who doesn't know what to do with it gets it, and it becomes a huge problem.
That's right. Shouldn't be that big of a problem.
Yeah, and then on that boss when we were doing the fire one, I think it was on that kill, and one of the other ones, there was somebody that had run that was on my side that was in the center of the room getting both mechanic.
That might have been me, actually, because that happened to me a couple times. Mainly because I was trying to get the toys out of there.
Yeah, but you were on the opposite side. You weren't on my group. You were on the other group. It was somebody in my group doing it.
Yeah, it happened to me once, briefly, and then I was like, yeah, get the hell out of this area.
Yeah.
It could have been me because I died in the center at one point, and it was when I was getting the toys as well.
Yeah, the first person.
At one point I noticed a toy clear over where I was dead on the last pull, and then I thought, well, how is this toy going to get to the center of the room? And then someone, probably Shadood or someone, kicks a toy over there. So they had their little fight on the very edge of the room at the end. I guess they just have to meet up somewhere.
Yeah. That was that one, and then there was one that was in the lava. I popped my shield right in there and kicked it out. With the beam. The beam was going off, and I had to run around and try to soak. But it's that one's all about floor management, and it all starts off really if the odd group have really good bomb placement at the very beginning, then it's 1,000 times easier for the the second group comes in. But for some reason, people like to shift the bowling pin setup to the left instead of being up against the wall or up against the lava. They shift it to the open floor. I don't know how to fix that, with the exception of repetition. But the times that we have really good floor placement, we're one, lucky, and two, people are up against the lava and the bomb's dropping right there within that range. But there's particular individuals, for whatever reason, like standing behind the dino.
Anti-routines, 2 to 3 raid days, no longer the cards. I get that. Like, yeah, I mean, you value what you value, right? Like, people have different.
Each time we do it, it's only our second time killing that boss. We didn't have to have 6 fucking healers to do it this time, and I think we could have done it with 19. Much damage as we were doing.
I mean, Lilith and I were dead from the beginning of it, so a couple of us were just hard carried.
It is what it is.
that what happened was the ground was completely lava for a second. So when I went to run to the edge, I was further back than where the bomb was. And then when I went to gust of wind, my little shaman blink, to get over to where I needed to soak, it was kind of a long
So
diagonal
type of
thing through the beam.
If you're doing the beam, and you can gust the wind over to the other side to be safe, gust the wind over to the other side, or gust the wind over to the lava and run out. You don't have to come back to the bomb.
Oh, that's yeah, that's true. I could have pointed in the other direction because I have mobility.
Some people, if they're already running and they're running the beam and they just keep running through the lava, the beam drops off and then they run out the other side and then they come back over and meet up with us. And
Yeah,
that's
I think
perfectly fine.
I think the other thing is that there was something about my, I don't know if it was my camera or something, but typically you can see the countdown on the screen, and I think I paused an extra couple seconds because I wasn't seeing it, and that cost me a lot.
Again, they just keep running. If you didn't stop, you'd be alive. You know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, and then you just have to watch on the recog. If you onk, I would onk after the bomb explodes or when the two guys are meeting in the center of the room. That's a good time to onk.
Right. Yeah, the timing there was just
It'd just be ready to move right away. Yeah, just be ready to move right away. I rezzed one of the pulls. I rezzed the oak while we were soaking the bomb, but Azula Azula was on my side. I had healing rain down, so I saw the healing rain down. Oak popped up, and then somebody got a heal on him.
Yep. I did my, I think either Healthstone or something.
I saw you running around with bear on.
Oh yeah. So I put the talent where I can, do a frenzied regeneration, and so there's a lot of bear going on there.
Yeah, I saw the bear pop up. So
I mean, I would rather you do that and live
Yep.
than anything else.
Because dead DPS doesn't help at all. So.
But I can't complain much about, like, I pulled 3 pieces of mythic gear tonight, so I got to get
good.
I need a bunch of Valor Stones now.
So yeah, I got my 3K, and I also have I have all my keys at least a 12, so my keys no longer deplete. So.
What you did it without me?
Yeah, I did.
When did you do that? After I logged off last night?
You logged off last night. They were getting ready to run Restraza through some keys, and I sent a message.
Getting Restraza's 3K.
I sent a message to him and said, "Hey, dude, I am this far short. I need these 2 keys." And my son sent me a message and said, "Here, I'll help you out to get your 3K." And so I left the group because they have more than enough people. There was 8 people in the channel last night, so I let Lead tank it, switched over to to their group. They took me through a 13 Dark Flame Clef.
Pick.
And
pick.
That key's fun, actually. I love that key now, except for Candle King.
We 2-chested it, and then they're like, "How many points?" And I got 59 points off of that key.
Oh shit!
And so I was like, I needed 29 points to finish, and they said, "Hey, you have a 14 mother load. Let's go do that." So I did the mother load. Then they laughed and tormented me from about halfway through the mother load all the way to the end because they said, "This is the old BFA route. What are you going to get to the time within route?" They gave me a hard time about that, so that was fun. But we just missed the 2 chest on that, and so I got that 14 done, and I was 6 points or 4 points away. I posted in guild chat last night, and then I'm like, I still need a priory, and I think my 14 key turned into a priory, and so we lowered the key, and they wanted to do it at a 12, and so we did the 12, and then we 2-chested that. So
So yeah, my other strategy for a big trinket upgrade is the carved Blazicon wax, and it seems like keys are just getting easier to time. I've got one 12 timed and two 11s, two chested, and I haven't been running enough of the high keys, but I think or higher. But if I can just do a bunch of 12s, then I just actually the carved Blazicon wax nearly as good in multi. Like in keys as the reverb, the reverb radio, and it's actually better in single target. So
yeah, that's my plan too. I need to get all 12 so I can get a myth track signet. I think that's probably about. I've got two 12s left to time, and I have the key for one of them this week. The fucking dark flame I finished the week with last week, I got a dark flame again this time. So. I just need that and a priory. Go look at the heal meters and think about helping your old buddy Drip get a little more parse.
It's weird.
My back's hurting. My back hurts, boss.
It's really weird. There's for the curios, there is no ring. It's all trinkets or weapons.
Yeah.
This is a ring.
We're talking, but a
out
heroic
of
track, right?
out of dungeons, there's only trinkets and like one weapon.
Well, yeah, there's no, because there's no like special rings out of dungeons. I don't think any of the dungeons have a ring with that effect on them this season, do they?
My vault was shit this week too. Whatever key I have will be a 14, which I can drop. But yeah, I watched those guys in Dark Flame. I was watching that guy that ran tonight with us.
He's one of Zach's friends, right?
Yeah, the under the desk guy.
I'm sure we've run something with him before.
Yeah, that dude was doing last night. He was doing. I looked up there at one point in time in Priory when I was pulling the big groups, and that dude was like 14 million or 13 million, 12 million. I mean, it was insane amount of DPS, and then all the other stuff I'm right there behind him. So like, I pulled almost the whole damn room, and they were doing all the kicks. Even though the paladins were going off and everything, the shaman was able to keep everybody alive, and yeah, that. They know their shit. They actually changed. They actually adjusted my route, and I actually like it. I'm not doing the crazy thing that Led is doing. I find that harder than what I was doing last night. So
well, with the ridiculous first pull or
the ridiculous first pull is.
Yeah, that's a demon hunter only strat. Dude, like,
yeah,
let's be real.
I can't live through that. So. The route that I went and the stuff that I did, we obviously had plenty of time. We had two. We two chested it, and when I say we two chested it, it's the best 12 that I have. So it was almost a damn 3 chest, and I was cooking in that too. It wasn't like. They were cooking. I was cooking. I had several pulls. I was over the 5 millions and 6 millions for a Death Knight. Especially those chain pulls, man. I was just when I can just sit there and focus on what I need to do, I can really crank up the DPS. It's hard to do in that raid. Because like I even stopped DPS early on the boss to go position myself so I'm in the right spot for when the dino comes off, right? So I'm not anywhere near it to DPS it, so that's my DPS suffers on that. Focus on my positioning so everybody else can DPS and I'm out of the way for the circles. I'd sacrifice a lot just so people can DPS.
Yeah.
I don't have a hard on like Knight. who parsed an 84 on the dino. he parsed an 84 on Vex too.
How was raid? We got 2 out of 3 on
They should figure out
Thursday.
how
We're
to
going to
get
be doing some AOTC
Space, man.
runs for the guild.
Well, I mean, his head's so big, it's hard for him to get into his office.
He's pretty good, though.
He's pretty good. But that's all he does. I mean, he doesn't do mechanics. I mean, Vex, I'm running out and...
No prog on Thursday. It's going to entirely depend on what our comp looks like. But we have some folks that...
Well, that's what your parse is, rookie parse.
Yeah, that's why it looks so
Pump them
bad.
numbers, man.
I mean, I could say fuck the whole raid too and just sit there and DPS, but it doesn't do us any good. The boss goes instantly from half repair to full repair because it's empowered. It empowers all of the bots that are in that.
I have a feeling that a couple of those pugs that parsed really high on that fight. I don't know if it's how hard it is. So I'm thinking they were probably ignoring mechanics.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
On a
it's
train
easy
on
to tell.
Thursday?
You
Yeah,
just
I
go
know.
Look and see if they were hitting the ads.
Yeah, it
the
seems
other,
like
the other one you can look at is what was the uptime on the boss. That's the other one.
Yeah, irritating that the damn balance druid was hitting the ads, was doing the mechanics. That guy was just spooky.
for tanks, I wish there was a. It seems like just DPS is a bad metric for tanks. It's not just threat or just mitigation, but it's like some kind of combination of everything. Would be
So,
a way to...
it depends. I have a very different view on this, and Sam and I have talked about this a lot, so everything I'm about to say won't shock him at all. But in raid, because there's very few fights that are like true tank aggressive fights, I think pushing DPS as a tank in raid is very important. I don't think it's that important in Mythic Plus. Because like outside of Gallywix, like what fight is really tank intensive?
I see. So, you mean compared to something like some kind of council fight or something? Is it...
Yeah. Like there's very few mechanics in this raid. Having tanked the whole raid on even just heroic, obviously I don't know Mythic, so I haven't tanked Mythic, but
I mean, I tend to agree. If your priority is effective tanking, right? Holding threat, positioning the boss, handling the mechanics, but there's no reason not to maximize your DPS outside of that, and I mean, that goes for healers too. If I wasn't healing my face off,
Rick is a 19 man.
doing DPS.
Trust me, I
when I go into normal now is I do DPS and I can do almost 1 million while still blue parse healing.
Yeah,
you guys
so
are
but like
taking for granted that all the mechanics are managed and the positioning is perfect, but I mean really, if we want to be clear, like if you're not managing positioning and stuff like that, you're failing as a tank, and it doesn't matter how much DPS you're doing. So it's just a bad metric.
and like I don't disagree with Worax. The only problem that I have with anything that he does is literally just phase 1 Gallywix, because he tends to rip and we get a double soak and it's bad news bears. And he's not the only one that does it. Like it happens in Dark's normal raid too.
Oh,
it bounces all over the place. It's a mess all over. Like it just takes slow your fingers and pay attention to threat and make sure it's pointing the right way before the mechanic goes off. And that's.
Do you remember? Classic, there were threat meters, like because there were certain fights where it's like the tanks had to be in a certain order on threat.
I have the threat meters, and that dude just pumps. He pumps everything and just rips off. Now,
but
since
like
I switched to Deathbringer, it's a lot harder for him to do. But if I have to go do bombs, I have a really hard time taunting back the boss because he's just going to ham. And even though I taunt, the taunt is not enough to pull aggro. So I'm literally having to use 2 or 3 taunts just to get the boss back on me. So I haven't run a threat meter in years, and I had to do it just because of Gallywix.
Yeah, and
Gallywix
taunting isn't ideal for just generating threat, is it? I mean,
no.
Well, I figured out some things that I can kind of screw him over with. That and and the last couple times that we've done it, on the intermission, not the intermission. Okay, so it's phase 1. You have the soaks back and forth, right, and then the bombs come out. I run all the way over to where he's at every single time, no matter what. And the more people that run over there, the greater chance that the duds fall off over on his side.
Wait, are you saying? Well, I mean, okay, so fair trade because I run over to your side to heal all the time.
Yeah, but if more people, I haven't said it because once I figured it out, I was like, oh. But yeah, if you run over, if everybody runs over towards his side, the duds go off on his side and not my side. It just depends on floor spacing, right? But I was going out of my way to go over to his side, over to the group 2 side, just to get the duds to go off, because then he has to do it, but I don't have to worry about throw.
No, and you know what? It's fair that you do that because your side's got more people that fall over in a stiff breeze. So
Yeah, exactly.
Send all the mechanics our way.
Trust me, that's intentional because that side is
I
significantly easier.
I didn't realize until you sent me over, but yeah, it's fucking hate it. But you know what? It's good for the chops. It's good for skill.
Yeah.
I'm out of here, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, Oak.
Yeah. It reminds me of another fight that we had to do back in when I was raid leading for Buenos Noches. And I'm trying to remember what raid it was. It wasn't Battle for Desolar. It was one of the other ones. But I basically, it might have been Eternal Palace is that wasn't in BFA, was it? That was in Shadowlands.
No, that was BFA. No. That was when I came in.
Yeah, Eternal Palace is the one where everybody had a strat, but I looked at our group and how bad they sucked. I changed the strat, and we had. Was that that was the one where night, Kaylor, where we had the 4 groups around the outside ring?
Oh yeah, for the
instead of 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So because they couldn't fucking do the tornadoes, so we literally had 4 healers, a healer in each group, and 4 groups, and then the tanks were together in one group. Everybody else was split out around the room, and it was also that they didn't have to do the tornado thing. That was purely what it was. We could not beat that boss until I did it that way. And then we always did it that way. People are like, why are you doing this? It's so stupid. Well, it's because you have people that, like you said, can't do the mechanic. Or fall over in a stiff breeze, literally, because the tornado hit them and they just died. And you could see the fucking tornado. It wasn't like you couldn't dodge it, but they just couldn't do it. Yeah, it was bad. And because we were warriors, we had to haul ass on intermission because the ad would come out, and if they were by it, you know, people would blow their load, and then they wonder why they're dead because the ad turned to kill them.
Yeah, no, that was the fight that I came in on when I started running with y'all.
That seems like a long time ago. I guess it was. It's over 6 years, isn't it?
Yeah, I came back in BFA, so that's then I started streaming not long after I did all that. So I mean, I've been streaming 7 years now.
That's where I met they at too. During that time, I rated 6 nights a week.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. 2 questions. One, is the Greater Helm enchant that came out last week, is that as high as it goes?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So why are people running it this week?
For the shit of it.
Achievements and the mounts.
Achievements, mounts, feat of strength.
Yeah, you can do 8 masks and all that.
Yeah, like if you do some of that stuff, you can get hero tier warband gear, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I'll do my stuff on Saturday. So Derp, if you're on Saturday,
Yeah, I
knock that out.
I don't know.
I'll spend like 2 hours in there, and that's about as much as I can take.
It's
I don't
much
even
easier
wanna
to
set up
solo
places
it.
I I ran with Death Gray. I ran with Drip. Now that I have everything set up, it was Death Gray helped me fix up my stuff and have a general understanding of it. And once I already knew Stormwinds very, very well, I kind of had forgot about Ogrimmar until the second time we ran it. Yeah, I ran with Death Gray, and we were doing after I had completed. The big thing is you have to complete all 4 zones. Once you complete all 4 zones, your reduction to sanity is massive. And then we were. He was 5 masking it. We were 5 masking it without any problems. We didn't have any issues with sanity. Hell, we didn't even have to use the damn charge thing. We just used it just for the last boss, just to use it.
My biggest complaint about it. My biggest complaint about it is just it's the same fucking thing over and over. It takes like 10 minutes, and it's just the same boring grind repeatedly.
Yeah, Stormwinds, I find more fun.
Yeah, I mean, I did it 4 times for my 8 things for the thing, and I'm done. And I did that while I was sitting in a training session for work. Thankfully, I had that to distract me.
At the end of June, the last week of June, I will be probably gone that week. I have use it or lose it time that I have to use, and I'm thinking about going back and seeing my mom and dad before I have to have surgery. So,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't worry about us, just go. We'll figure it out.
Oh, that's still, still waiting for approvals. If that all gets approved, then I'll let you go. But that'd be the very last week of June. Well, I'm off. I will be on tomorrow night. Hopefully, if people are around, we'll run some keys, get some people that 3K, or at least try to.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll be late getting back from work, and I might go run that normal raid.
The 21st, I don't have my son this weekend, and I don't, because we agreed to change the schedule a little bit. And then, but on the 21st, most of the day I won't be available because I am helping out with the Dungeon Dojo Invitational event that's going on. I'll be doing some work in the background.
Sounds good. Farm should be back any day. He said beginning of June, so sometime this week or next week he'll be back, and then we can work on helping gear him up. So,
do you remember where he's left off?
Yeah.
660 or something, or
we killed Muggsy.
Okay.
Oh, gear wise, I'm not worried.
No,
we will drag his ass through 12s.
Yeah, he'll get gear.
6 of 8 still the goal this tier. I'm hoping, but I'm not as confident. We're probably gonna go 4, maybe 5. I think is when we really think about it. We're gonna make that the new goal.
That's a good one. We will catch you guys later.
So, all right. Well, didn't get that Cinder Brew timed because that group was something. It's really funny playing Preservation of Ochre and Keys, and you can tell the groups that have never played with the Preservation of Ochre. It's a combination of roster.
Because they range you all the time?
Yep.
Yeah. They do that to me too. I hate it.
Well, that, and it's like they just don't understand the healing profile of Prez. I mean, frankly, I barely understand the healing profile of Prez, and I play it probably more than anybody except maybe Jor in this guild has. So people just misuse their defenses all the time with it, and then they range it all the time. Like this had a Hunter Boomkin, Ret Paladin was the DPS comp, and I was like, I said at the beginning, watch your range because I only have a 30-yard range. and all of my stuff is like in cones. So the more stacked you are, the better it is for me. The hunter and the boomkin did stack just behind me all the time. I was like, fuck.
Like there's
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, is there any issue when range plays in melee? Like certain mechanics target range, like is there some reason to have them back just a little bit further?
In dungeons, not really. In raids, absolutely.
I mean, there's naturally more shit on the ground in melee. You know, take the packs in Priory, the Consecrate, right? So if you're 20 yards out, you're gonna end up moving a little
Lose
bit
this hoodie real quick.
The tank's invariably gonna drag them to you anyway. But
I know, we're stripping on
even if
stream.
you cast off before you have to move, so it's not bad to be a little ways out. Hell, even as a melee healer, I stand 10, 15, 20 yards out. You know, when I know there's ground effects or cleaves or whatever.
Fuck,
but,
I didn't eat dinner tonight. God
you
damn
know,
it.
Max range? No. 15 yards.
Got
is
my
fine
Justice
for
today
most
with Dinar. Very nice.
And,
I
you know,
don't
the
know what I'm
fight
going to get.
for
Like,
you,
I was going to grab
especially
this
because you've
trinket
got
and
you've got a close range.
go from there. I don't even know if the Mechagon... Like, I sim the
Yeah,
Mechagon staff. It's not good for me.
Yeah, that's hot to have that close.
Yeah, like, when I say
I've got one
stack up, I'm not talking about, like, Elemental Shaman standing next to Ret Paladin. I'm talking, like, there's the boss mobs, and then, like, 10 yards back. Hang out there. Oh, I only play Frost on mine.
I
So.
saw somewhere Blizzard acknowledged that ranged mechanics are a little intense. You know, just the sort of what I've noticed is that
Probably grab
certain
this.
fights,
Because I have hero
just
tracks. So I'll probably grab this
melee
when I get it
just sort
done.
of
Just because
have an easier time with it.
it's Giga.
And when you think about it, it shouldn't be any surprise that if you're ranged and they design a certain fight where you're just constantly moving, there are just so many interrupted casts that you know, it's up to Blizzard how well we can do with our abilities.
Yeah, you throw that ranking cast on running on me only when you say it, or do you do it sometimes without saying it?
Without saying it, I need to set up a thing for raid purposes where I actually set you as my focus target, and I just do a focus macro to where it always casts on you, because like Drip can cast on the heal, Shamans have Spirit Walker's Grace up quite a bit, and then we have 2 Druids, which the only time they're standing still is when they're casting Regrowth. Like, even when they're not healing, they're not standing still. I've watched both of them. So you're the only one that gets the biggest benefit out of it, other than another Evoker. So I just need to set that up. That way it's much more consistent, because sometimes I forget to click on you and then cast it, because that's how I have to do it right now. And I just cast it thinking, oh, it's just going to go on Nymph. No, and it went on Drip like 3 times tonight.
Nice. I thought about switching to Discipline for that last fight, but I don't know. That ain't running the cast on the run.
I would still give that to you. Like, Priest honestly benefits from that ability the most. There are some fights where I'll switch to Spatial Paradox, which allows everyone to use their movement abilities twice within 10 seconds. So it can be really useful on super heavy. Like, it would have been fantastic on Rashanon. But there's not really any fights that are like that. Like, Styx is the closest thing. And even then, like, that movement is not mega intense. And in Mythic, it's going to be even tighter on the movement because of the way we have to quadrant off the entire fucking arena. So, like, it's just not that useful. And so giving one healer the ability to cast on the move, particularly one that has a lot of hard casted spells, is just infinitely more valuable.
And you
Yeah,
cast that during heavy movement phases? Like
I try to precast it as much as possible. Like, for example, on Gallywix Heroic, like when we have to make that big move on early phase 2, I try to cast it on him during that way he can keep going. And then on this one, I try to do it I think I can get the first and third battle, just because there's a ton of movement going on there, and that will only help him. So those are the two big ones that I do in raid. I don't actually even run it for in my dev key build. I actually take both Oppressive Roar and Empower, which
For interrupts, right?
no, Oppressive Roar makes it so that any CC that goes on to the target in the next 10 seconds lasts 50% longer. So Led and I abuse the absolute fuck out of it with Sigil of Silence, because it'll give him
nice.
like, and to a lesser extent actually, Incap Totem from the Shamans from Harley, because like she'll drop that after I oppress, and her stun will last like 9 seconds. It is dumb.
Wow.
So that's what that does. And then Unravel, that's what it's called. It's a shield breaker, so it's much more niche use. But when I'm not doing 12s and it's the ad spawn week, it's good on that. It's good on the last boss of Rookery. It's good for the bots in Workshop, because I can just smash it once and it does like 8 million damage and removes the shield completely. So there's a few niche cases where shields and absorbs are a big part. And the Bone Magus isn't top, but usually Harley purges those. Or Valen spell steals them. So like there's some good places for a shield break, and Evoker's the only one that's easily gettable without costing too much, because the Warrior one is way out of the damn way.
Queen Anne Sarek was another one. There's that time where
Yeah.
she goes to the center and
Yeah, before I went back to Monk, I was burning that on cooldown when we were proccing that in Heroic. And the ads in P2 during the intermission or whatever we call it. The ones that we had to get on the second platform, that was another one where could bomb it into that.
and then that all shows up as regular damage, and
yep,
that's awesome.
All right, gentlemen, I was gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you guys later.
Have a good night.
Later, Tony.
Night.
So this lockout, I guess there's a chance that we could want to do Prague Thursday, or maybe not. But at any rate, it feels
no Rick this
like
week. Yeah, that boss
that I shouldn't
is fun.
use
Have a good night, Kyle. I'm about to log off
but
for the night. It's 11 o'clock. I've
there's
been
any
going
chance that
about
you
3
guys would
hours, which
wanna
is my general intention on Tuesdays
like,
and Thursdays.
see who's ready to
Wednesdays, I will try to
or something.
stream an hour earlier at 7 p.m. Central Time and go till about 11. So
Definitely not going to do it as
I'm going to head on out as well. I'm going to at least cut the stream off. So
happy to